Welcome you back to Gov Fuller Field, where the Commodores are leading the Cavaliers by a score of 2-0 as we head into the top of the sixth. With Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. So happy you're with us tonight. It's a beautiful evening here at Gov Fuller Field. A lot of people here as well. Question is, partner, largest crowd of the season? I'm thinking yes, by a mile.
I think so. July 4th weekend. Kids are out of school by a lot by now, so why not come out to the park and see the Doors take on their biggest rivals and a good Cotuit Cavalier team to boot.
These two will play tomorrow as well at Lowell Park at 5 o'clock. You can tune into our radio broadcast at youtube.com/Falmouth Commodores. Philip Abner on for his second inning of work, taking on Kyle Karros to start off the sixth. First pitch hit out to the right side. Brutcher coming in. Has a beat, makes the grab, one gone. Well, that was quick.
Certainly so. We've seen a lot of quick Cavalier at-bats today. They can't use their coveted running game if they can't get on base, and they've had a hard time doing that today. Only 4 hits, and they've yet to draw a walk this evening. It's been a while since the two teams have seen each other, and what I think the Cats are now seeing is that this Falmouth pitching staff is much improved since the last time these pair played at Lowell Park.
Tyler Johnson at the plate. Looks at ball one. Johnson got hit by a pitch in the fourth. The 1-0. Goes inside, and he swords that one. Count even at 1. That hit by pitch, I saw him in the dugout while I was doing a sideline hit earlier in the game. Pretty big bruise on his back. When you take a fastball to the back, that's probably going to happen as the 1-1 comes in, misses low. Now 2-1. Johnson comes out of Coastal Carolina, starting in 51 games this season with the shots it clears, hitting .357 and 19 home runs. 2-1 comes in. It's now even at 2. Johnson was on the second team for all Sun Belt this season.
And you like Abner's matchup lefty-lefty because Johnson so far this summer has been an absolute killer at the plate. Hits in 7 of his first 11 with the Cats.
Hitting .267 this season in the CCBL as the count goes full.
But how about a .733 slugging percentage?
That's pretty
for
good.
This first baseman. 2 doubles and 4 dingers so far. Just 30 at-bats entering the evening.
Inside, ball 4. Johnson wins the battle. He's aboard for the second time tonight. 2-0 your score, so the tying run coming up to the plate. You know, we can talk about the run production being there somewhat early in the game, Carter, but when the Commodores get back into it offensively, they got to get it going. You never know when Cotuit's just going to erupt.
Yeah, up and down this lineup, you've got to attack because if you walk guys, you're just going to bring up another good hitter to the plate who's been swinging the bat well.
This is one of them right here, Brooks Baldwin, who looks at ball 1. He's hitting .347 this season. That's leading Cotuit. That's top 5 in the CCBL as well. Johnson on first. Swinging a bouncer to the left side. Mooney can't get it. It gets over his glove. McKenzie fields it in left field cleanly. And Cotuit moves from station to station. Brooks Baldwin has his first base hit on the evening. And there's 2 on and 1 gone here in the 6th.
Well, this immediately trouble. And the Cats have kind of gotten it going the last couple innings. They were sat down 1-2-3 by Abner in the 5th. Had a messy top of the 4th where they had 2 hits and ran themselves into a couple outs. But now 2 on with only 1 down. This is a good spot if you're Cotuit and a tricky spot to work out of if you're Abner.
Now it's Zach Cole at the plate. He's playing left field. He's 0 for 2, reaching base via the fielder's choice in the 4th. That misses high and tight, ball 1.
The Doors probably have to add on to this lead, too. They got 1 in the 1st and then 1 in the 3rd on that halter home run that was just 1 good swing. But this Cavalier team, the hardest in the league to score runs on and to get hits off of. They've allowed the lowest batting average against.
Cole swings at the 1-0. It's skied to the left side foul. Halter under it and makes the snag for the second out. We saw Halter do that previously. He had to get Mark Roberts out of the way and make a circus catch. Much easier this time around, though. And now brings up Tommy Troy, second baseman out of Stanford. Actually went cross country to go to school. He's from Topsail Beach, North Carolina. Hitting .273 this season with Katuitt. He's 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a double. First pitch to him. Too high, ball 1.
We've seen a lot of balls hit in the air and not hit very hard by Katuitt today, and that's a problem for them because this is a fast offense that loves to steal bases, and you work well when you're hitting ground balls and making the defense beat you.
1-0 from Abner. Hit to the left side at shortstop. Mooney flips it to second, gets the easy out, and that is the third. So Philip Abner gets out of the jam, and the Commodores look to balloon their lead. 2-0 your score. Bottom of the 6th coming up after this. So Falmouth in front of Katuitt by a score of 2-0 here in this bottom half of the 6th inning. Carter Bainbridge to my left. Trey Redfield here with you as well. Such a pretty night. I can't get over this. I don't know what it is. I keep going to it, but I got to keep going to it. There's not a cloud in the sky, partner.
It's a picturesque night, and you hear over and over about how pretty Cape Cod, Massachusetts is and what kind of settings you get here, but this is a postcard type of night here as we see a new pitcher on the mound now for Katuitt. It's right-hander Will Jacobson.
Comes out of Harvard, rising senior with the Crimson from San Francisco, California. Is making his 5th appearance. He's thrown 7 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 1 earned run on 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk as well. The opposing batting average, pretty nasty, 185. So we'll find out what Jacob Walsh can do here to start off the bottom half. Walsh was at bat in the bottom half of the 5th inning, but because Colby Haltzer got caught stealing at second base, Walsh returns to the plate. Walsh out of Oregon is 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch to him. That misses low, ball 1. Walsh hit a line drive home run last night at Doran Park against the Bourne Braves, propelling the Commodores to their first win in a while, a 6-4 victory over the Bravos. 1-0. It's a nasty cutter that finds the outer half of the zone. Count even.
A good velo for Jacobson, who has only allowed 1 earned run in his first 7 1/3 innings this summer across his first 4 appearances, a 1.22 ERA with the Kets.
1-1 comes in, and that finds the zone as well. Strike 2. Walsh didn't really like that one, stepping quickly out of the box.
Well, we've seen pitchers on both sides tonight get that strike call on the outside corner, especially the left-handed hitters, if they locate it. Home plate umpire Joe Carrico is being pretty fair.
Walsh goes after this one. It's a foul ball, just missing the left field line.
That's about as close as you can get it down the left field line. Walsh not a guy who goes the opposite way all that much. Giving him some good space there down the third base line.
Katuitt infield playing him straight up. YD went on a shift against Walsh in the doubleheader earlier this week. 1-2 comes in. It's nubbed off the bat and out of play. We'll do it again.
Walsh, a guy who's been swinging the bat better as of late, but each and every time that we've interacted with him, whether that be before or after games, he's always a really pleasant guy.
Always has a smile on his face, too. A joy to talk to each and every time we get a chance to. 1-2 pitch. Inside, and Walsh belts it to right field. Baldwin's going back, and he's going to watch it fly. Jacob Walsh does it again. Back-to-back games with a solo home run, and Falmouth extends its lead to 3.
Well, Walsh got a pitch in on the hands in that at-bat that he fouled back behind the plate. And Jacobson came inside once again to him, but Walsh was ready the second time and didn't miss it. Again, a home run to right field to his pull side. Just easy power off the bat of this big lefty. And he's finally showing that hit tool that made him such a great hitter out at Oregon this spring. So if Walsh is heating up, these doors are about to go a long way on his back.
As Jacob Walsh takes a trip down the Falmouth Tunnel, How do you get a ticket? You got to hit the ball over the fence. Walsh is now to 4 home runs on the season. He's now tied for second in the league.
And this Falmouth offense, for the problems it has had, they do slug the baseball. That's now their 14th home run of the season. They came in with 12. The other one, Halter, tonight, off of right-hander Ty Johnson. Now manager Mike Roberts having to go over to his right-hander, who, as we detailed, had only given up 1 run all season coming into tonight. Across 4 games and 7 1/3 innings, and now gives up a shot. 1 run on 1 swing by Walsh, and his first batter faced here in the 6th.
So let's see what Peyton Stovall can do. These guys went back-to-back, Walsh and Stovall, last night. Putting up a 2 spot in the top of the 3rd. What was a 6-4 win for the Commodores over the Braves last night. Comes back right at us. Thank goodness there's a screen there. That would have gone right through that open window. Question is, would you have caught it?
I wasn't my play. Would have yielded to our writer, Tommy Mumaw.
You think so, really?
Yeah.
Either way, I have faith in both of you making that grab. Glove or not. 0-1. Hit to the left side foul. Behind the bleachers on the third base dugout. It's now 0-2.
Stovall, a guy who you just like to watch him swing. He's an exciting player. Just absolutely wrecked the field out at Omaha, the College World Series with Arkansas. So he's coming in basically radiating heat off that bat.
He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single. As he looks at the 0-2 high and away. Ball 1. Well, thank goodness Walsh got a second chance to come up to the plate. He's probably thanking Colby Halter for getting caught stealing. 1-2 pitch. Inside, and it got him. In the ankles, that is. Not for strike 3. So a hit by pitch delivered to Stovall. He goes over to first, and Drew Brutcher comes up to the plate. This guy's also capable with the long ball.
Second time on base today for Stovall. You like what he brings now as a middle-of-the-order hitter. And Brutcher, a guy who's still trying to get it going with the bat, but they sometimes say that hitting can be contagious. So the last 2 days have been any indication. Maybe Brutcher can pop one here.
He's 0 for 2 tonight as he looks at ball 1 low. Flew out to center in the 2nd, grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. Came into tonight hitting 151. How about that transition? I always love that transition. 1-0 comes in. It's now strike 1. So count even at 1 now.
Good spot for Jacobson, who has to settle himself down here. This is about as shaky an outing as the Kets have seen from him so far this summer. Home run hit batter, first 2 guys he's seen.
1-1. Too low, ball 2. Brutcher put up great numbers with the South Florida Bulls this season, despite missing a couple of weeks due to a lower body injury. He was hitting .299 and 13 home runs, RBIs just below 50. Not a bad line to have, even if you miss some of the season. 2-1 pitch. Too low, ball 3. Hitters count on Drew. It's the first time tonight that he's actually looking at balls. Each and every time he came up to the plate beforehand, he went down on 0-1 counts. Stovall leads off first. And the 3-1. Brutcher hits it out to left center field. It's going to get down, and it bounces off the wall. Stovall racing around third. He's going to try and come home to score, and he's going to come in without a throw. An RBI double for Drew Brutcher, and Falmouth has itself a 4-0 lead here at the Gov.
Well, partner, we said right before Brutcher came up to bat, hitting can be contagious. We've seen Brutcher put some good swings on some baseballs this season, but that might have been one of the best. Opposite field double, scorched off the bat. Looked for a moment like it might have enough, but took a high hop off the wall and had well more than enough time to score Stovall from first base, who was really motoring around the bases, showing off that speed.
He got a great jump. He knew that ball was going to hit the ground. It's now Andrew Pinckney at the plate. He shows bunt, and he puts it down on the right side. The throw over to first is in time, but Andrew Pinckney does his job. Going over to third is Brutcher.
Now batting the catcher from Oregon, number 12, Josiah.
So Jacobson picking it up quickly. Again, the throw over in time for the first out. Just the first out of the inning, and the Commodores have a chance to extend their lead even more with Brutcher being 90 feet away.
I love the move because Pinckney is a guy who's been struggling a little with the bat lately, and you want to get him involved. You want to make him feel like he's contributing, and he certainly did there.
It's now Josiah Cromwick who looks at ball one, a slider away. The infield in for Katuitt. Each and every infielder around the horn is hanging out on the edge of the grass.
Got to try to get this run in with the bottom of the order here up against a hard thrower in Jacobson.
1-0. Swing and a miss, strike one. Cromwick is one of the newest Commodores on the block. Came here earlier this week after Jack Payton left for Team USA. So the Louisville catcher out, the Oregon catcher in. 1-1 misses outside, now 2-1. Cromwick is 1 for 2 tonight with a single in the second. He's 1 for 7 coming into tonight. Do the math here, he's 2 for 9. 2-1 misses. It bounces off the catcher Loma Vida, and coming in to score easily is Brutcher. Well, they didn't even need to put the ball in play, but the Commodores now have a 5-0 lead. How about a 3 spot here in the bottom of the 6th?
And you love to see it for an offense that was struggling so mightily to begin this week. Take us a little pressure off of Cromwick there, a guy who only has so many at-bats, 9 on the summer. And this is about as bad a game as the Kets have played all year.
3-1 comes in, and it's at the knees for strike 2. Sun's starting to set here at Gov Fuller Field behind the trees on the third base side. Baseball on Independence Day weekend. What else could you ask for? Payoff pitch. Breaking ball skied up in the infield. Loma Vida under in foul territory. Makes the late adjustment and finds the second out for Katuitt.
And Brutcher scoring from third base goes back to the sacrifice bunt by Pinckney. I liked the call from the dugout by Coach Trundy to put that down, and Pinckney did a great job of putting it down. He put it in a very good spot. He didn't try to stab at it. Successful small ball here for Falmouth. And this is a spot the Kettleers have not found themselves in very many times this season. Down fairly big in a road park.
Death taxes and Jeff Trundy using small ball to his advantage. As Anthony McKenzie starts down 0-1 after the foul ball to the left side out of play.
And he's beating Katuitt manager Mike Roberts at his own game. A guy who has written books about the art of the stolen base.
He sure has.
Doors haven't run around tonight, but they've used that small ball to increase their lead.
He's also produced videos at Lowell Park about base stealing, too. He's all about runners on the base paths. Now 1-1 on Anthony, the Sam Houston State Bearcat, who also dealt with an injury himself during the season like Drew Brutcher, and most of the year he had to be a designated hitter. The 1-1. That's right down Broadway, strike 2. McKenzie got hit by a pitch in the second. And he went down swinging in the fourth. He's in left field tonight. He's been all over the field for the Commodores this season. Second base, third, a little bit of shortstop here and there, also in the outfield too. As the 1-2 hits him again. That's the second time McKenzie's been hit by a pitch. Give that man some ice.
Now batting the shortstop.
And probably right as the first one stopped hurting too. You finally get that, some ice on it. You rub it a little bit and get it off, but then you get clipped again. Second hit by pitch of the game for McKenzie, but he'll take it. The Doors can keep adding on here because Jacobson doesn't have his good control today. Not by a long shot. This Katuitt pitching staff came into the day with a team ERA of 1.71. Hardest team to score runs off of, hardest team to get base hits off of. But you wouldn't know it if this was the first game you've watched this summer. Cats have not looked like themselves.
A Katuitt team that's 14-2-3. And Falmouth gets the Cats tomorrow as well. The first pitch to Mooney is swung on and hit into center field. Scott losing his hat like always, makes the snag and closes out the 6th, but not before Falmouth erupts. A 3 spot in the bottom half giving the Doors a 5-0 lead. Top of the 7th after this.